Namo Phat, good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The fifth mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful consumption, I vow to cultivate good health, both physical and mental, for myself, my family, and my society by practicing mindful eating, drinking, and consuming. I will ingest only items that preserve peace, well-being, and joy in my body, in my consciousness, and in the collective body and consciousness of my family and society. I'm determined not to use alcohol or any other item that contains toxins, such as certain TV programs, magazines, books, films, and conversations. I'm aware that to damage my body or my consciousness with these poisons is to betray my ancestors, my parents, my society, and future generations. I will work to transform violence, fear, anger, and confusion in myself and in society by practicing a diet for myself and for society. I understand that a proper diet is crucial for self-transformation and the transformation of society. Our Dharma reading this morning is What the Body is Supposed to Do by Ajahn Dhamma from Beginning Our Day by the monastics of Abhayagiri Monastery. I remember the first experiences Lumpur Liam had with his heart difficulties in Thailand. Apparently the condition had been going on for quite some time. He had symptoms of fatigue and probably shortness of breath, among other things. It wasn't until it was quite progressed that he did anything about it. When asked why it took him so long to look into it, his response was something like, I thought this was what the body was supposed to do. That's the nature of the body, isn't it? Even if we do fix something in the body, something else is bound to eventually break. All of the things that happen to us that we think shouldn't happen are simply reflective of the way samsara is. It wouldn't be samsara if things were always going perfectly. By the mere existence of samsara, we know that everything in the material world, the realm of the human body or psyche, is going to either break, change, or deteriorate according to certain laws of biology and karma. These are natural laws that create the flow of arising and passing away. If we reflect, we can see how our expectations take us in a direction that sometimes leads to dukkha. For example, we get the diagnosis and we think, why me? I've done everything right. It's too soon. Why should this happen? Going to doctors and having treatments isn't what I was planning to do for the next few months or years. We can feel extremely agitated and afraid in situations like this. Or maybe something in the material world breaks, and we really don't have the time to deal with it. It feels frustrating. All of us experience these kinds of things, but we try to keep in mind and reflect that all of this, particularly the experience of old age, sickness, and death, is what we should expect to have happen. In fact, it's a miracle that it doesn't happen a lot sooner for most of us, because this body is in a very fragile condition. Ajahn Chah is quoted as saying, everything we need to know can be learned from nature if we just watch and pay attention. Whether it's in the material, physical, or mental realm, we can watch the nature of everything. We can see it arise, have its own life, change, and then pass away. That's the fundamental insight we need to have to truly understand samsara and eventually realize complete liberation. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much for joining me today.